Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I did one of these videos back in the spring earlier this year because Sephora does have this type of sale, I believe twice a year. So it's pretty rare that they ever do sales on pretty much their whole store. And I figured because the sale is approaching, I figured it is the perfect time to start adding things to the cart, planning what you want to purchase for the sale, and add it to your cart like I said before it sells out, because a lot of things sell out very quickly when it comes to this sale. You can get up to 10, 15, or 20% off, I believe. If you are the top tier, you get 20% off, middle is 15, and then the lowest tier is 10%. So I wanted to do this video because I have a lot of favorites and things that I actually want and need to repurchase during the sale. So if you actually want to watch that first video that I did in the spring, I highly suggest to go watch it because I still use those products that I talk about in that video and I still love them, and I probably will repurchase some of those. So that video, even though I did it in the spring, it's still like almost a favorites video. Pretty much everything I'm going to mention are my top picks, like must-haves of everything. So there's other products I really enjoy from Sephora as well, but these are the ones that are like must, like don't think twice about it, go buy it. So I do have a couple things I want to mention. I have like one skincare item. I mean, I have a few. I don't know if I'll add it in this video or just do a separate one. Just let me know if you guys want to see two different ones. I don't know, face, powder, bronzer, like I have all kinds of things to mention, as well as like other like products, even a like brush cleaner that I really like. So if you want to see like my favorites and must-haves to buy during this sale, please keep watching and give this video a thumbs up and share it with somebody, and let's get into it. I guess I'll start off with some of my favorites. Well, they're all my favorites, but I'll start off kind of in order. So the first product I want to mention is the Anastasia foundation. This is a luminous foundation. It does come in a glass bottle. It's super pretty. I really wanted to recommend this foundation because it is, I'm in the shade 260 by the way. This foundation is super pretty, especially if you have dry skin or normal skin. My skin is more normal. However, it is starting to get a little bit colder in Texas, which is super rare. But, well, to me at least, I feel like it never gets cold, at least not right now during the fall. But my skin is lacking moisture, so I've really been opting out for a more dewy foundation, and this one is perfect because it's like a light, well, it's lightweight, but it is a medium to like buildable full coverage. I feel like I only need one layer of this foundation, and then I can just use concealer if I want to add like extra coverage. But I really do enjoy this foundation because it has a variety range, or it has a variety, what is it? It has the shade range of variety shade range. I don't know, but there's a lot of shades, and I'm pretty sure that you can find your own shade in this foundation. And like I said, it's super lightweight. If you have oily skin, you can probably still use it, maybe with like a mattifying primer. But overall, I feel like this foundation works for anybody, especially if you just want like a very glowy like finish. Even if you do use powder, your skin is still shining through and it's still like breathable and it's very comfortable. I personally love applying this with a brush. You can use a sponge as well, but I just like to use a Sephora brush and just pat it in, and it just looks so pretty, like literally skin. So I really recommend it, especially if you are a makeup artist, and you can even use this to mix in with other foundations, and I feel like it would work just great. Okay, so the next product that I want to mention for the face is actually a concealer. So this concealer is a Too Faced Born This Way multi-sculpting concealer. As you can see, like it's a super popular concealer. But I need to repurchase this concealer because it's lasted me so long. It actually lasted longer because my previous one I actually just used as foundation. This one's in the color Natural Beige, and I really like it for mainly for foundation because I mean it's good as a concealer, but this is really pretty as a foundation, and it wears really nicely. It doesn't really crease. It's very hydrating, but it's not too luminous. Like once you blend it out, I'm wearing it today. Once you blend it out, it just looks so like smooth, and it looks like you have like blurred under eyes, full coverage, but not heavy. I love to use a darker shade as well to like a cream contour. I think it's beautiful because it has like coverage to it, so it's not going to look like a patchy bronzer. But this is really great to spot conceal, so just find one that's your color and use it to spot conceal any other extra discoloration that you need. As you can see, it says it's great to retouch, it's good to conceal, contour, and highlight. So you can literally get several shades in this concealer and use it all around your face. Super hydrating. I mainly really like it because it does cover, but it's like I said, not like too dry, and it's not too luminous. I also really like the Tarte one, but obviously you can't get the Tarte Shape Tape at Sephora, but this comes very close and I really enjoy it. Also have minis, which I think is perfect if you want to try it out. I know they're really small, they're like a little travel size. But even then, if you don't use a concealer all the time, or you use it just to highlight or to cream contour, I think getting a small one would be really nice, because you don't have to like worry about getting a big one and going through it so quickly, you know. Okay, next let's move on to have a couple things like all over the place. I've mentioned these before in my previous video, but I'm going to mention them again just because I forgot to mention a primer, and I'm about to mention a powder that I think is worth buying at Sephora. So for primer, I recommend you to get the Hourglass Veil Primer. Has sunscreen, it's oil free. This is literally a smoothing product in a bottle. It's gonna smooth, it's gonna blur, it's gonna make your makeup last. I feel like it works for anybody. This is a must. Like, I use this on everybody who's my client. Like, I pretty much will use this primer on you. It doesn't leave a white cast in photos. Even though the product is kind of white, it will blend out. It almost like glows like lash glue, but it's super smooth, makes you look blurred and poreless, and I feel like no other primer is like more perfect for anybody. This is perfect for any skin type, any skin tone, and any skin age, like mature or young. This primer is the go-to. I feel like this is a really good product because a lot of, like, whenever I do people's makeup, they always say that, how do I get their skin to look so smooth? And for the most part, it is this primer. It's just, it never fails. A primer also really helps to protect your skin from the makeup. You never want to just go in with foundation. You always want to prep your skin, and a primer is the first step to do so. Well, one of the first steps. Okay, I had to put on my glasses because I literally felt like I needed them. Okay, so for the next product, it is this powder from Hourglass as well. I really enjoy Hourglass. They make really good face products. This is the translucent setting powder, and it's super smooth. I use it as well on all of my clients usually, especially like for brides. I've been doing a couple bridals, and this is just perfect. It's so pretty, it's so smoothing, and it looks so flawless on everybody and like any skin tone and skin type as well, especially if you have more normal to like dry skin. Even if you have oily skin, like, I feel like this one works really well, at least for my clients, because I kind of know what works with their skin. But I really do feel like this is a very, like, it's not glowy, but it's not, you're not gonna look completely flat matte. Like, you're just gonna look smooth and like blurred, you know what I mean? So it's a very good setting powder just to kind of like dust all over when you're done with foundation. It looks beautiful, and even great to like clean up any edges. Of course, it is translucent, but it does have a little bit of a yellow tint. But like I said, it's translucent, so it's really going to like work with anybody, and it's super like weightless. Like, you don't even feel it. It's super fine, but it's not like too fine like the Makeup Forever HD setting powder. That one's literally like poof pixie dust compared to like Laura Mercier, which is a little bit thicker. This one's kind of like in between. All right, next let's move on to bronzer and like blushes. So this next product is the NARS Blush. All of NARS blushes are really pretty and work really well. They stay on. This one's in the color Amore. This is such a beautiful blush. It looks a little bit dark, but it's really not. Like, it's actually very pretty. Almost not like too pale, but it's not too mauve either. But if you like more of a subtle, not too pale, like I said, not too mauve, but still pink, almost like a nude kind of like blush, this one is my go-to. I personally use it. I love using it on my clients as well. Like, all of these I use on myself and on my clients. They stay on, they're smooth, they're not like patchy whatsoever. They just blend so pretty on the cheeks, and I actually like to mix this with other blushes as well. But NARS blushes are a must. Super smooth, not patchy, and there's tons of colors to choose from. You can even get them in duos, I believe, as well. Another blush that I really enjoy that I don't know if I mentioned in my previous video or in my spring VIV sale, this one is the Bounce and Blur blush by Bare Minerals in the color Pink Sky. If you are not familiar with these blushes, just think of the ColourPop ones. The ColourPop ones literally are the exact same, except they're not the same. I feel like the Bare Minerals are super smooth, and like, they literally feel just like the ColourPop ones. But these, they last probably the most out of all of my blushes. Like, literally, these, they're like a creamy to powder. Like I said, if you know what the ColourPop ones feel like, you'll know what this one feels like. But these literally will last all day. Like, your blush will be on all day, and you know how fast blush fades. These are super creamy. I feel like they're very slept on. People don't really talk about them, or even Bare Minerals in general. But these are like a really good formula. It is like that creamy, like wet to powder. So once it's on your skin, it's gonna dry down matte, and you don't have to worry about it being wet or like a cream blush, you know? You can literally just use a brush, and then you can just like apply it. Mine is like so dirty, but I really love this blush. I think it's like the perfect pinky shade. I actually not recently, but earlier, I think this year or last year, I went through one of these, and it was called Mauve Sunrise. And ever since that blush, like, I literally had to buy a backup, and that's how you know I really like these blushes, because I never really like to splurge on blushes. But this one is just as good as like the NARS one. It just depends what kind of formula you like and the color, but these are so good. If you haven't tried this blush, please try one. Trust me, like I use it very often and it takes forever to go through, and it's really pretty. And you can even use it with your finger just to kind of touch up. Let's move on to brows. Anything Benefit is a must. I love the, well, I used to love the Precisely My Brow Pencil a lot, like the pointy tips, but now I am digging like the definer type of, you know, like the more thicker ones. This one's the Goof Proof and I use it all the time. It's like that, what is it, like a more chubby kind of like angled one? Yeah, it's like the angled one and not like the tip pointy one. Anything Benefit is a go-to. I actually really recommend, I need to get one during the sale, the brow gel, but I ran out of it so I had to throw it away. But so good. Anything Benefit. I like Anastasia too. I feel like both of them were like a go-to in Sephora, you know, but Benefit just, I don't know if it's the packaging. The formula is just spot on and they're really easy to work with, and there's a product for literally everything that you would need for your brows in Benefit. Next up, let's talk some lipsticks. I have a couple lipsticks to mention from different brands. I have some liquid lipsticks, a regular lipstick, a lip gloss, and like another lip gloss. So first and foremost, Fenty. People love Fenty. We all know they smell good. They are not sticky. They stay on. There's several colors and they're universal. Oh, this one is so pretty. This one is really pretty. This one is Sweet Mouth. I really enjoy Fussy as well, and their original one. These are really good because they stay on. They have shimmer, but they're not glittery and they're not gritty and they're not sticky. It's really good gloss for all skin types, skin tones, and the formula is great and they smell really good too. If you like those type of like glittery colors, if you don't and you just want a regular one, the Lancome Juicy Tubes are where it's at. This one is called Spring Fling and they're literally just clear glosses and they're not sticky whatsoever. I love lathering my lips in them. They just really hydrate my lips. They smell good and they're huge and they last forever. They have really pretty colors as well. And as for a lipstick regular, I like the Charlotte Tilbury. This one's in Pillow Talk. It's a good everyday lipstick. They're super smooth. You can literally apply so much and they feel so good and they don't get like really gross. It's so pretty, really good formula, definitely worth the splurge for a lipstick. And then of course a nude liquid lipstick from Too Faced. This one's called Child Star. They stay on, they're great for ombre. These are definitely worth the splurge and I feel like they're so comfortable and they're great for like all different like scenarios depending what you like, especially if you're a makeup artist. I think that they're perfect and they work like for anybody. They're really nice, comfortable lipsticks. Alright guys, that was everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're getting during the sale. Let me know what I should pick up, and of course don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload, and I'll see you guys in my next video.